Welcome to the Heart of the Matter podcast. I'm Junon.
I'm Susan Billings, and today we are here with
Chrisman Hughes.
So we're excited that you're here. Thank you so much for meeting with us, and we're going to just jump right in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us when you came. How long have you been here? Just a little
Sure.
backstory on you.
So, thank you for having me. Backstory. So, came to San Diego area because of surfing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
So, have always been kind of an adventure sport seeker. And born and raised in Peoria, west side of Phoenix, Arizona. Mm-hmm. Went to school down at University of Arizona.
Bear down.
Bear down. And then took a teaching job out in North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
And so I taught over there Earth and Environmental Science for a couple years,
Cool.
which was an incredible experience. Loved it. I was in the middle of nowhere, North Carolina, so it wasn't really somewhere that was going to keep me long.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took off for South America and did 8 months down in South America to learn Spanish, immerse in the culture, and kind of just volunteer a little bit, take a little break, and then decided, okay, I want to live where I want to live, and that was where I decided on snowboarding. So I moved to Denver, and I lived in Denver for 5 years, and then I became a powder snob.
Okay.
So I was like, well, if it's not a powder day, if it's not a weekday, I don't really want to go. It's a big commute. Most people don't realize that it was a good 5 hours round trip just to go to and from the mountain. And I said, I've always wanted to live somewhere that I could surf regularly. My brother was going to law school at the time at UCI, and then was taking a job here in San Diego. And I said, okay, it'd be a cool chapter to be near my brother, and San Diego's got good surf, so
That's great.
decided to move to San Diego.
So when you showed up, did you first time surfing? I mean,
No.
were you familiar at all with it?
I was familiar a little bit. My parents sent us to Mexico, down to Puerto Escondido, to learn how to speak Spanish and surf in the summers of high school.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And
Good
I was going to say how you got
yeah,
from
great
Those are
parents.
good
Yeah,
parents.
Thank you,
exactly.
parents.
Yeah.
Especially coming from Peoria to be able to have that in you to travel.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and I owe a lot to mom and dad, for sure. They really
awesome.
kind of instilled that idea of, hey, if there's an opportunity in front of you, take advantage of it and go for it. And
Yeah, cool.
if you don't like it, don't do it again.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a
So
great mantra.
Yeah. What made you pick Encinitas though?
So that's a good story too. So originally I was kind of, where do I want to live, and bringing my business from Denver to San Diego, I thought, okay, do I want to be near the water and surf, or do I want to be downtown and maybe have better networking opportunities? And so I moved to downtown originally, and that was where we put our office and everything, and it was a good chapter for a little while. And then I actually moved to Paris, France, to learn French, and I took a break there, and then my visa didn't work out, so I didn't have the long-term stay. I was planning 6 months to a year, and I only was able to have the 90 days for a U.S. citizen. And so then when I came back, I lived here in Del Mar I was kind of doing short-term rentals. Did Del Mar, then I did North PB, and then I actually got connected to jump into an entrepreneur house. So we're up just out right in front of Beacons.
Really?
Perfect.
With a bunch of different entrepreneurs,
What a fun
just trying
thing that
to help
is.
each other accomplish the goals.
Yeah, how did you find
Really?
them?
Wow.
So I had a connection. So I invested in a company that is kind of a middle ground coffee company. It's creating a marketplace for coffee farmers in Colombia to connect it with be the roaster and logistics to connect it with anybody who's looking for coffee. And then one of the investors was like, oh, I'm in Carlsbad. I was like, oh, great, let's surf. So we surfed, and then he was the one who kind of pointed out this entrepreneur house. And so I was like, oh, that sounds fun.
That's great.
I'll
How
look
many
into that.
people are in it?
There are 5 kind of permanent, and then 2 that come and go.
Really?
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Yeah, it's a
Love
great
that.
concept, especially out here.
And
Wow.
at Beacons, you can't beat that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
No, it's
How fun.
It's fun.
Love that idea.
It was the only way to pull me out of solo living retirement.
Yeah, yeah.
And you kept saying we. Tell us about your company.
Oh, yes. So running an e-commerce company, all focused on health and wellness, fitness, compact exercise equipment. Story there is, this is what got me in on it. when I traveled through South America, this was all I brought. And so
Really?
it was, yeah. So 8 months in South America, and it fits in your pocket.
Wow.
And after 8 months, I was kind of blown away with how good a shape I was in.
Right.
And so growing up, my dad had this company, Bullworker, and he invented this product, and I thought, okay, that's cool. Like, I was always lifting weights and playing sports and stuff, and so through high school and college, I was just kind of like, yeah, that's cool, Dad, go get it.
Right.
And then after I graduated from college, I was like, okay, I don't really want to lift weights or spend the money or time on a gym anymore.
Yeah.
So let me have the whole lineup. And so when I was teaching, I was kind of using the products and was blown away pretty quickly on how well the products worked and how different I felt. So I went from
Right.
kind of a bulkier weightlifting approach to more of like a movement and range of
Functional.
motion, functional, and just felt better. Definitely was, I lost a little bit of weight just because I wasn't lifting the weights anymore.
Right.
And then when I traveled through South America, this is all I brought. And so when I came back, I was like, Dad, what are you doing with this? Like, this thing is pretty incredible. And he said, nothing, I'm focusing on my other products. And I said, okay, like, give me a shot. I want to see what we can do with this. And so before and after work, I was kind of rebranding the website and the brand itself and giving this a go.
That's
And
great.
yeah, and then I quickly looked at the other products, and with some help of my brother, we were like, okay, there's some opportunity here to just elevate the entire brand and the whole approach. So that was about 8 years ago,
Really?
and jumped on
Innovative.
full time.
Incredible.
Wow.
And it's
Yeah.
bullworker.com.
Bullworker.com.
This is
yeah.
great.
Okay, so how do you learn what to do with these? Is there a
Yeah.
pamphlet that comes?
A
Is
YouTube
it
video?
an app that you have? What do you do?
Great question. So it comes with a pretty extensive manual. So it'll break all the muscle groups. So you can look at, okay, do I want to do shoulders, core, back? And then you can just go through and look at the exercises. And then it comes with a 90-day routine as well. So, and that's a progressive routine. So it'll start with just a 7-second, 7 exercises. So the science behind it is isometrics. And isometrics are if you create a hold, and then so you're creating a muscle contraction, but no joint movement. And that is actually the fastest way to build strength.
Wow.
Because you're engaging the most muscle fibers. And so what we do is that first week is it's strictly a total body exercise for each
Jeez, I'm
group.
tired. That was a lot.
I know, that was great. This is perfect for jiu-jitsu. I mean, all the
Probably
competitors
for
when you're
everything,
training.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It
do
is,
you feel
yeah.
like-
And for people that travel a lot. I mean, a lot of-
Absolutely.
you're sitting at a desk all the time, take
But what,
this.
show
or-
us, like, what? Just this? Is this what we're really doing?
Yeah, I mean, no, I think it kind of depends. So you mentioned a desk. I would keep it at my desk, and we tend to kind of hunch over, and
Yeah.
everything starts to round forward. So if you just grab it, pull everything back, you can do that hold, but you can also create that hold, keep that hold, and then start creating motion.
Oh,
I can feel
And
that.
as you keep that tension, now you can start working on posture improvements. So that would be a really
Ooh, this is
effective
cool.
desk
Oh, yeah.
management.
Jeez.
Yeah. And the beauty is you control the resistance.
Right.
So if you're thinking, hey, I want to just kind of warm up or go through some motions, you don't have to pull as hard. And if you're thinking, hey, I'm really focusing on strength training or maybe jujitsu like you mentioned,
Right.
then you really want to give it all you got. So it's so applicable. But as entrepreneurs yourself, I'm sure you know, like, if it's for everyone, it's for no one. So you
Right.
really have to kind of identify who you're
Okay.
speaking with and what you're doing. And so
Yeah.
as a swimmer, really good for shoulder health.
Yeah.
If you're someone into yoga or stretching, really good
Oh,
as a
yeah.
stretching strap.
Oh,
That's like-
yes.
Wow.
So very much applicable to a lot of different walks of life. And we really enjoy showing it to
Yeah, this is
curious
amazing.
people that understand body movements because they always show us something new. They're like,
Absolutely. Our
"Oh, have you tried
videographer,
this?"
our videographer is a jiu-jitsu artist and a b-boy, so this would be perfect
Oh.
for dancing and wow. Yeah, there's a lot you can do.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Well, so then what's been trying to get this out? I mean, what's been the most difficult part about getting it out to the public?
Funny you said that. So I started with isobo, and I was like, okay, isobo is what I'm going to focus on. And I was still leveraging a brand, Bullworker, which I was telling you has been around
Yeah.
for 60 years.
Wow.
And so I realized, like, wow, it's really tough to get isobo out there, and I'm working with an international brand. And then that's when I realized, like, oh, okay, let's focus on Bullworker as well and build that brand up now too.
Right.
And so I respect the ground zero start, right? Like, I had a brand that I was still trying to introduce a new product with,
Yeah.
But just to start from scratch, it just creates a whole different challenge. But really, a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah.
The brand itself, Bullworker, was huge in the 70s and 80s. So there's a really large international
Really?
following. And so we have a lot of organic traffic. We have a
Wow.
lot of people that come just because they know the brand.
The 70s. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm 70 years old,
It's
so I should
almost
know
like
this.
the same,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost as old as you are.
Do you know
Yeah.
that how many people, when I interview them, they're
Yeah.
like, I can't believe June 70.
Because I am.
And I'm like,
It's because of bullworker.com.
That's right.
because of Bullworker.
I mean, you had me. I mean, you said 70. I looked up at you and I was like, I don't know
I
about
know,
that.
it's
But hey,
amazing.
it doesn't strike me as a
It's
liar.
amazing.
So.
Stretch the truth.
Always question the nice
Well,
guy.
you said 6 years, so then what was the idea behind it in the 6 years ago?
So it was a German inventor, and they just came out with studies at Max Planck Institute, which is a pretty prestigious school over in Germany. And they found that isometrics were the fastest way to build strength. And at the time, there were no home workout equipment. Weightlifting wasn't really a thing. Most of it was really big, heavy, expensive equipment in either medical facilities or research facilities. And this German inventor, Gert Kolbel, came out with the Bullworker. And that is the spring-loaded one. I have it here.
okay.
And he discovered a spring-loaded opportunity to incorporate isometrics and put it into the house. And so in '69 he sold, and then in the '70s and '80s, the company that picked it up is just a marketing genius. They are marketed in newspapers, comic books, all over the place, and just all kinds of people over the whole entire world just said, I want that, and they bought it. And so I believe they sold around 9 million of them in the 70s and 80s.
So it was
And
popular.
So
Wow.
super popular. I mean, I run into people, I have friends from Chile, and I don't remember his name from Networking Friday Morning, but the Italian. I think he was
yeah,
Roberto. He was like, no way, my dad
No,
had one
you're
of those in
kidding,
Italy.
really?
You know?
That's
And-
cool.
Wow.
And so they just exploded. And then in the late 90s, my dad saw an opportunity to pick up the rights. And so
Really?
then that's how it kind of transferred hands to him.
Really cool.
And then from there, I
Kept
saw
it
the
in the
opportunity
family,
as well
yeah.
and transferred it
So
over.
show us the,
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the
show us
60th
the bow
anniversary.
and arrow here.
Yeah.
So this is our latest launch of the Bullworker. So the main one was 36 inches long, so a little bit longer. And this one's 28. So same concept though, so you would compress it and hold. You could do the reps as well. And then you can press and you can pull. So push and pull, which is all the body can do, right? So, and from there you can just do a number of different exercises, whether you want to go kind of traditional like a chest press or a cable spread, or you can start doing, again, that kind of iso motion concept that we created, where you create tension
Right.
and move. And so this is the one that when people hear a Bullworker, this is
the one.
similar to what they think of.
Right.
And we just came out with this one. So now we added the interchangeable springs. So you would just pop the handle off, change out the spring,
Oh.
and
So
then
you
that
can
will
travel
give you
with that as
different
well, easily.
resistances. Yeah, exactly. So all of it fits in my carry-on. You can just pack it down like that.
So what would you do for legs?
So legs, you would.
Women can thank me later.
Yeah, exactly. So legs, you could do a leg press.
Oh.
You could do your calf extensions. Really good for the hip abductors and adductors. So you could put it over here. Do your
what?
abductors.
thing's
You can do
amazing.
your adductors.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and then if you are standing, you could do your deadlifts.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So and then seated deadlifts too, right? So low back
Yeah.
is one of the number one injuries, one of the number things that just changes people's life with a low back injury. So seated deadlifts are a really good opportunity and everything. So
Can you see that?
You
This
bet.
is amazing. Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
I got to do the
the adductors.
adductors. Yeah. This is great. Ah.
So, are these the only? So you have a bigger one, right?
Correct.
This and this. Is that?
We have a suite.
full-
No, so we have a 20-inch one. We have, this one just came out, which is 28, which is in the middle of the 20 and 36.
What would be the benefit from the 20?
So the 20, the way
this.
before this came out, we kind of described it as the 20 was our dumbbell.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so really good for muscle targeting, really good for the chest. and arms. And then the 36-inch one was
your
the
bar.
barbell. And that one was a
right.
little more powerful, better for your legs, good for your back. And then now this is kind of our Goldilocks.
I feel like
it's-
my jiu-jitsu is getting better already. This is good. Yeah.
I can see you submitting.
Another stripe.
So yeah, so the benefit would be this one we kind of think really good for total fitness all around, just good size. 36-incher would be a little better for legs and back compared to
Gotcha.
the 20-inch, which would be more of the dumbbell for muscle targeting.
That's great. So do you buy these separately, or do you buy them in packages, or is there different?
We have it all. So we have one as a full combo,
There you go.
and then we have it separately that you can purchase it as well. So you can save with the bundle, or you
Okay.
can kind of purchase one at a time and grow from there.
This is great.
Yeah, and so one of the things with this one that's new is the 20-inch and the 36-inch is a steel cable. These are a nylon strap going through a pulley system. So now you have an additional option. So you can pull 2 and 2. You can pull 2 and 1, which gives you a little more range of motion and a little more
right.
mechanical
Yeah.
advantage. Or you could pull 1 and 1. And now you're going to have more range of motion, a little more mechanical advantage. And so that is one of the benefits of this too. So if you're doing the leg exercises, typically you'll probably want to do the 1 and 1.
Right.
It just gives you the more range of motion to go through a different
So
leg extension.
is this just the what are
Like
we
goals to hit,
identifying?
or
Right, great question.
Resistance?
So this is just a constant scale that allows you to measure what you're doing. So it doesn't actually give you a poundage or a kilogram resistance because the spring changes, so it wouldn't be accurate. But what it does do is it allows you, the science behind isometrics is 60 to 80% of your maximum effort. So if you say, hey, today I want to go for a max push, and you get it to say 140.
oh right.
And then you know, okay, 140 is my max. So
Okay.
now my training zone should probably be in that 100 to 120.
Yeah, yeah.
And then next week, all of a sudden, I'm at 150. So it gives you something to gauge, measure.
Yeah, I love
Humans like
that.
measurement. So
So give us a range of cost on this.
this one we just bumped up to. Actually, I'm going to ask for your opinions.
What we think it
Okay.
should be?
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm the worst. If I was
I
on
am
Price
too.
is
I know.
Right, they would like kick me
But I mean,
off
I
the
see the value
stage.
in this. You know, again, I have a lot of friends that are active duty and veterans. They travel a lot, and so on a ship, on a carrier,
Yep.
this would be perfect.
Yeah,
I mean, it
actually,
really
that's
is.
really true.
Made in USA.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Oh,
In the USA, that just went up a little more.
Went up a
Just
little
went
bit.
up.
All right, that's great. Yeah, it's good quality material. So honestly, I don't even know.
what
I
would
don't
you
know.
pay? That's the question.
It's priceless.
There you go. That's the answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's equipment? It's an all-in-one equipment. That's
Yeah.
the thing. So you're like,
Natron, Google it real quick.
500,
Yeah.
600,
Okay.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Great.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I love it. This one is the 60th anniversary limited edition, only 100 of them out, and we're down to only 15 left. So we bumped
Oh.
that price. It started at 500, so you guys
Okay.
nailed it.
Oh,
But
good job.
Showcase
Yes,
showdown.
she got it.
the price
I'm
was right.
going.
But we just bumped it up to 750 because we want to
Okay, there we go.
kind of create integrity of the collector's aspect to it, and then those that have purchased it, we want to
Oh, that's
let
great.
them know, like, hey, we support you, and we want to make sure that what you invested in is a collector's edition. But
Yeah.
that in all black is the one that's our mass product and has
Right.
become our number one seller. That one is 250.
Ah,
Oh,
I like
wow,
the
really? So
So
collectors.
$250
Jeez.
with a
just get us to sign it.
5-year warranty and
We can-
90-day guarantee.
Yeah.
So I always say like our
Wait, what's the warranty? 5 year?
5-year warranty,
Warranty?
90-day guarantee.
Really?
So we
Wow.
a business ethics teacher of mine said if your focus is solving problems and helping people in business, the profits will come.
Right.
If you're in the business of just profiting, then you'll last a little bit, but eventually you're just going to cave, right? Because
For sure.
you're gonna cut corners, you're gonna cheat
Right.
people, whatever it might be. And so we always say, like, we don't want anyone to feel stuck with a product. We want you to try something. There's a million different ways to get in shape.
That's great.
The most important one is the one you do.
Right.
And so we want to create a simple opportunity for someone to just sustain throughout their life.
Yeah.
And so if you buy it and you use it and you're like, this is it, great. If you buy it and you're like, I'm not going to use this, now I feel stuck. We don't want you feeling stuck.
Right.
Shoot us an email, send it back, we'll give you a refund. So
Yeah, that shows a
Yeah.
lot of conversion of your product. You know, if you're
Absolutely.
converted on it, then you're like, trust me, just whatever you
Exactly.
need, you figure it out, but you're gonna like
And
it.
it's such
Exactly.
a competitive market. I mean,
Super
fitness,
saturated,
right?
yeah.
So, I mean, the fact that you have that kind of confidence in this. I mean, I still have a Thigh Master that I never use. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, funny, Suzanne Summers.
Yeah.
She passed away recently, but
Right.
one of their posts was.
She did?
You did what?
What? Yeah,
How
unfortunately,
far have you been
the
behind?
legend.
Yeah.
But she had a steel bow. She had our 20-inch.
No way,
Yeah,
really?
It was in an article like showing her little
Oh.
exercise corner.
Really?
So she had one of the
Interesting.
products.
Well, I was going to say that about this. I mean, how many things can you have? We're in such a minimalist era. So many people are just chucking all of the extra things. And so it's so nice to be able to have, you have your yoga mat and
Yeah.
you have one thing. Like, just have it right by your desk. It just seems like
Absolutely.
we live in smaller spaces. We have less items. It's just...
Have you seen any
works well.
pushback from other, I mean, not competitors, because I mean, this is really unique, but as
Yeah.
far as other people in the fitness industry, have you seen kind of a pushback? Or?
I think so. What's beneficial now with the age of kind of information's hard to keep secret now.
Yeah.
What we saw was isometrics were kind of frowned upon in the fitness industry or pushed down because people couldn't make money on them, right? Like planks, that's an isometric.
Right.
Wall sit, that's an isometric. And super effective, but companies couldn't make money. So they were kind of like, oh, well, isometrics aren't that good. It only trains you in that particular joint angle. And studies have shown that no, it actually hits you on 15 degrees plus and minus of the angle you're training in. And so now as more and more studies are coming out, isometrics are kind of making a comeback.
Right.
Because it's like, well, we can't hide this for too long. It's so
People
effective.
are figuring
Right.
it out.
They're-
Pilates.
Exactly. Pilates, isometrics, or yoga base is a
yoga.
lot of.
Yeah.
And so it's like
Yeah.
isometrics have been around for a long time,
Right.
and they have a really incredible benefit. So we saw that a lot. It was like, oh, well, they would kind of put it in a corner or something like that. But when it comes to, like you mentioned, compact, convenient, it solves a lot of problems. So it solves a lot of challenges.
I love that both are. Like you said,
Yeah.
I mean, this just goes in your pocket. You have it wherever. I was thinking, while you drive, that's because I drive with my knee.
Oh,
So
scary.
it's just like,
Hey, maybe
Don't
a
drive
Don't tell anybody, don't
stoplight,
tell
stoplight,
Yeah.
stoplight or a
but
traffic
no,
jam.
just to have things that are simple and easy in my mind. I'm like, gosh,
Yeah.
at work, you couldn't.
Yeah, and safe.
Maybe
I
that.
mean, 150 pounds is the max resistance on that, which
Okay.
we find usually takes about people hear like, oh, 150. I lift more than that, but it's 150 in
different,
different joint
right.
in different exercises. So it tends to take about a 400-pound bench press to be able to fully compress it on the hard spring. So there's plenty of resistance, and it's weighs 3 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's much safer. You're not going to drop the weight. You're not going to put yourself in positions where you're getting injured as much in the sense of like if you're lifting weights and
Does it come in the
fatiguing.
case?
It comes in the case, yep. And then
So when
has
I
a
first
pouch.
saw you, you were walking in with that, and I was like, is he a flutist?
Yeah,
The word, a flutist.
I've
like, is he
gotten
carrying his flute?
a pool player as well. Think of it
Okay,
as a
there
pool
you go.
player.
There you
Okay.
go.
Stick.
Yeah.
But how awesome is that? That's you keep
Yeah.
both things. Just have it all in one thing.
All in one. I carry it on. I travel quite often, so it suits my lifestyle. This
It's so
lifestyle
awesome.
fitness.
So
Yeah,
what's
it's
this
in a
one
carry-on.
called?
This
What's
is
that?
the X5 Pro.
5 Pro.
And it is our latest launch. We launched it. That one was in November because of the collector's edition, but the full black one that came full to the market just got
Yeah.
released on our website 2 months ago, and then
Oh, wow.
it just landed in Amazon
Really?
a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Cool.
that's
So you can
great.
do Amazon too.
Well,
It
what's
is available on Amazon.
What's great about it too is, I mean, you obviously have a passion for it. You believe in it. Because a lot of
True.
people just sell a product. They don't necessarily believe in it. They know it works, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Correct.
for you, you're you glow when you talk about it. So,
Yeah, I think it was an evolution of the 8 years. I mean, like I
Right.
said, I grew up lifting weights and it's
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, that's cool, Dad, you do you.
right.
And then when I actually tried it and gave it a go, I thought, wow, this stuff's really good. And then one year I did a actual New Year challenge where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do 90 days of just this.
Oh,
And the transformation that I made was like, wow, incredible. And then
That's
over
cool.
the years, it just became more and more where I just continued more and more to subscribe to it. And my lifestyle is I mean, I surf, I rock climb, I snowboard, I cycle, I love
soon
doing all-
jiu-jitsu. So
Yep,
yeah.
roll around a little bit. And so it became something where it was like, this works and I like it. And I don't shy away from when friends invite me to their workout classes or anything. And it's always fun to stack up You know,
Yeah.
hey, I'm still performing at that stuff too.
That's
So
cool.
Absolutely.
it crosses over. I mean, you're feeling it. Are you feeling it?
No, this is great. Yeah. I love this.
Because the body doesn't know where resistance is
No,
coming from.
right.
Right. Resistance is resistance.
Well, I mean, if I'm working on my computer, I could just sit here and just
That's right.
do different movements, and yeah, this is great.
So what age do you feel you target?
Yeah,
What's-
so the easy low-hanging fruit are the 50 to 70-year-olds, people that know the product. They
That's right.
were
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
They've been familiarized with it. Oh, it's new, it's better, I want it.
It's not complex. There's no buttons. There's
Right.
nothing.
Correct. It's
Techie and
low
tricky.
impact.
Low impact.
Quick,
Easy on joints.
quick, easy on the joints. And what isometrics does really well is it builds connective tissue of the tendons and ligaments a lot better too. So it'll help reduce the risk of injury. And then even if you are a weightlifter or someone, it's going to help you push through those plateaus because you're going to be able to kind of push through those sticky spots. So
That's great. Well, you're in the right, area. Southern California is such a hotbed for just fitness and
Yeah.
feeling good, doing
Yeah.
Healthy activities. So.
yeah, absolutely. And what really helped us was COVID. Right?
Yeah.
Home fitness,
Right.
COVID came, now younger.
Yeah.
We were slowly cracking into the younger generation, especially as you mentioned, people are starting to gear towards that minimalist lifestyle,
Right.
the traveling lifestyle, and so they started being more open to trying something new.
Right.
And when COVID hit, now they didn't really have a choice. And so
Ah.
now they picked it up, and now all of a sudden you have them actually using it.
Yeah.
And now the younger generation is also coming around and saying,
Oh.
wow, this thing's really good.
I can imagine my boys. No
Oh, sure.
question. What's cool about this? You could have it in the family room. Everybody's sitting around. No differently than someone picks up a guitar. I could see my
Yep.
boys just like,
Yeah.
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 Lifeguard
That's
tower.
pretty cool.
Thank
Lifeguard
you.
I
tower.
was just sitting there.
Oh, there you go.
So
I
Okay.
have a whole network. There you go.
she does. Yeah.
We'll get that in there.
This is great. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like you said,
That's
during
cool,
COVID, it really increased. So, how do you market? Like, what have you been doing to market?
Yeah, so coming into COVID, we were starting to ramp up our marketing, a lot of social media.
Okay.
And then COVID hit, and obviously with increase in demand, what also was a byproduct of COVID was supply chain just shut down. So we just completely stopped our marketing because we were going to sell out anyways, so why would we pay to sell out? And so we completely stopped our marketing and then let COVID do its thing for us, continued to just kind of listen, and that's what we really thrive on is we listen. We want to hear from everyone who uses our products. How do we get better? How do we what can we do differently, and how do we grow?
Sure.
And so during COVID, we didn't have to market, and then the new software for Apple came out, which changed the game on social media marketing and everything. So when we went back to our old kind of ways of marketing, it wasn't as effective. And so we've been able to just grow a lot through word of mouth, through connecting with people, influencers. And
You have a lot of brand ambassadors, and
yeah, but the most important ones to us are the ones that organically found it. They found it, they bought it on their own,
Yeah.
and they loved it.
right.
And then they started posting about it, and
Yeah.
we started noticing, wow, when you talk about the product,
Yeah.
people come.
Yeah.
And so we find that's kind of our best route, and that's who we want, right? We want to team
Right.
up with organic believers in the product that truly feel
Yeah.
I'm doing something that I like and enjoy in, opposed to just someone who's an influencer who says, yeah, write me
Right.
a check and I'll say it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
So
love
then,
that.
what's the focus for the next year, couple years? I mean,
Yeah, so I just brought my brother on last year. So now it's him and I, which
That's
is
cool.
nice.
I bet your dad is your dad still
Yes. Yep.
around? Of course he is,
Yep.
because he
He
uses
uses
this.
Of course.
But I'm sure he's loving that it's passed on to his kids that way.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
That was kind of a goal of his and a dream, was to have a family business that
oh wow.
like had a legacy to it. And
Yeah, good for him.
so my
That's
brother was
awesome.
practicing law for a while, and then I was able to kind of show him a little better lifestyle than
Yeah,
the golden handcuffs.
Is he out
Awesome.
here as well?
love it.
He was out here. He was in Del Mar for a while, and
Okay.
then they just moved up to Orange County.
Oh.
So still
okay.
relatively local.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
And the headquarters then?
Headquarters was downtown for a while.
Okay.
And then now we are, since I moved, we're kind of in the process of what do we want to do? Because
Right.
we've started to move to a 3PL, third-party logistics, instead of us doing the shipping and operations. We have outsourced that. So now there's not as much of a physical presence needed. So right now it's up in Orange County. because he's more on the operation side of things.
Right.
And so we'll kind of assess what the next move is.
So you're not in chain stores at all?
Nope, no chain stores at the moment, which completely open to and
Do
would
you
love
want
to.
that? Like if you were to get it into a Sam's Club or something like that, or Costco
Yeah,
or
yeah,
anything like that?
absolutely. I think any way we can get it into the hands of people, the better. Part of a vision I thought of would be like maybe even set up like a Bullworker boutique studio or something,
right.
And someone who I don't want to be trapped to
Right.
like, hey, I've got to be here from 8 to 4 every day, and you can expect it, but maybe creating some sort of like invite only, or when I'm there, come on in, and it would showcase the products. I would be able to have maybe like influencers or people like yourselves come in and say, hey, like, you want to go for a workout? Let's go for a workout. And
Cool.
and then that would allow added exposure. But I think there's a lot of options.
And film that
that would be
sometime
great.
if we could actually do a workout.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. And then right now on YouTube, you can find workouts on YouTube as well?
Yep. So I've created tons of different YouTubes that you can watch, everything from just to
awesome.
pop up my iPhone and follow along to higher end production where we had a professional team doing it. So we have tons of different playlists, tons of different exercises, whether you want to narrow in on a muscle group or a type of exercise, and all the way to a total body routine.
How much are these?
Yeah, so those, let's play the Price is Right.
Yeah.
It's on you
You were
this
good
time.
last time. No, you were good last time. So, well,
I
if
don't
this
know
was
what it is.
500, now it's 250.
75?
75.
Am I right?
No.
Ready?
Oh.
150.
I was gonna go
150.
today to
150.
LA.
Go.
Joey keeps laughing in the background.
Yeah.
I love those
Higher.
guesses.
Hi, wait, how much did you
Lower,
say?
lower.
Lower?
Lower.
50?
So- lower.
What'd you say?
I said 150 just because he
Oh,
was
okay,
too.
so let's do
Oh,
the
so it's
dollar
lower.
bid.
Lower.
Oh,
50?
55.
55. 56.
Hey,
29.
Really?
29.
$29.99.
29 bucks?
You're
29 bucks.
kidding.
Dude,
Everyone should get one.
this is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the car.
20.
Yeah.
No, seriously. You
Yeah,
shouldn't be
I-
driving like that, but okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think like this was the original
Yeah.
first iteration. You can see it doesn't have that extra give to
Oh,
it.
right.
So
Oh, yeah.
if you want to play with
So
that
what
one, you
would
can
you
feel
do
the
with
difference.
this?
Same thing, same concept, but it doesn't
Oh, you're
have
just
the give.
still holding.
You're still
okay.
isolating.
But that gives what?
So-
Stronger people a little more.
No, so what it really does is you can see it just has a little bit of stretch, and then it loads the webbing again. So the idea is still you create the resistance, because we don't want to be an elastic band because you're dependent on the band for the
Right.
resistance, and it's not if, it's when it'll break or something along those lines. So for this, what it does is gives you a little ease into the joints, so a little more mind-muscle connection as well. Instead of just pulling and you're immediately into it, this gives you a little pull, your mind-muscle connection. It allows you to know you're exercising into it, and then because there's just that little give, it plays a trick with your mind, right? So I'm sure you guys have heard the story about the elephant, where they say a memory of an elephant, because what they do is they tie an elephant when it's a baby to a pole, and the elephant will pull as hard as it can and not budge it, because it eventually can't budge it. It just gives up. It no longer does that.
Oh, but
And then they take it off, and then when they put it back on as an adult, they remember that they couldn't budge it, so they don't even try.
isn't that a great analogy for the stories we tell ourselves? Right?
Absolutely.
The blocks we keep in our mind. that aren't
Exactly.
There actually.
And so similar concept. So
That's
if
pretty
you're pulling against that and you're not budging it, your mind kind of might just shut down a little bit. But this, because there is a little give, your mind can
Thanks.
focus more in
Yeah.
on it, like, oh, okay, there is
That's
that
fascinating.
option there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So this was, we just came out with this. This just launched a couple weeks ago as,
Oh,
as the
really?
new.
Oh,
For
cool.
29,
edition.
really?
Yeah, so this is $19.99, and then this one is $29.99 for the Pro Edition. And our kind of concept and idea is we want to make the world a better place through movement.
That's
and,
amazing.
And that I truly believe, and science backs it up, that the more you do some sort of health and wellness program, exercise, fitness, the happier and more productive you're going to be.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
so we have this as an entry-level product where we want anyone who, I mean, it's incredibly affordable.
I love it.
And so it's like, hey, if you can't afford $250, you can afford one of these, and
Yeah.
quite frankly, you can do quite a bit with this, as I proved in South America. So our goal is to just get fitness in people's hands.
But I can see
That's
we
in the
work a
core.
lot with senior centers. I could see a lot of you know, the
That's-
elderly
that's
utilizing
true,
this in
too.
senior centers.
Senior centers
Yeah.
would be awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
So if we have, because of course we're the networking, I'm already have like 5 people
Oh, yeah,
where I'm like,
absolutely.
oh yeah, you should get it in there. Or I have the contact for that. Or are you looking for that? I mean, are you wanting to
Absolutely.
expand
Yeah.
beyond?
We have a community. What's your ask for the community?
Yeah. What do
really?
you? What do you
Yeah,
want?
I mean, community, I would say, put us to the test. Hold us to our 90-day guarantee, and if it doesn't improve your lifestyle, or you don't feel better about it, then send it back. But I would say just give it a try, whether it's starting off with something super easy or going up to the latest release. But sharing the word, shouting it out, and then if anyone is in position where they see an opportunity where we can work together and we can benefit each other, then
Awesome.
that'd be great. So
Cool.
Yeah.
I think it's all about having fun, right? So
Yeah.
that's the name of the game. So if
Yeah.
anybody out there in the community or yourselves sees an opportunity to have some fun with it, then
Absolutely.
let's
we
do
already
it.
have
Okay.
we already have ideas. So
already have ideas.
So obviously we met at the group. What did
Yep.
you think of the group?
I love the group. I thought it was very fun, and so I showed up again, just not having a clue what to expect, and I really enjoyed the kind of way it flowed. I mean, it was you got there, you just kind of organically mingled with people, and then you had a little bit of more intentional time for some of the local group to just share out a little highlight or a spotlight, if you will, on what
Yeah.
they're up to, and then giving kind of the newcomers an ability to share a little bit. And you could just feel that it was the anti-networking event, right? It was because a lot of times you go to a networking event and it's all about me. It's all about me. What can they do for me? But you could really feel in this setting that you guys have curated a really incredible space of people that genuinely just want to be there to share, to help, to help each other, lift each other up, instead of just what can you do for me. So that was the vibe I got.
Good.
great.
So glad.
Yeah.
And look at you went last Friday. It's every Friday at Market Space, but you went last Friday and you're on a podcast. That was.
You guys are living
Yeah.
what you're
Look
preaching
at
That's
right
right,
this.
there.
we're doing that.
You guys are living
Yeah.
what you're preaching right there.
There we go.
We love it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're glad you came and shared it with us there and now with us here. And
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, seeing where this goes, telling everyone I know about this. I mean, again, the jiu-jitsu community. Yeah,
Yes.
I could definitely see a workout for the jiu-jitsu community, lifeguards, yeah, everyone. I mean, I think
Yeah.
this is great. What's the best way, if someone wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, I think bullworker.com is easy. Bullworker Fit is our Instagram handle. Bullworker on YouTube is a great way. And then if you want to reach out, info@bullworker.com is a great way to just reach out and find any information you want. We're always there to help, answer any questions it might be, even if it's about your own fitness journey and we can help, we'd love to do it. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for coming.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
This
this
was
is
Happy
great.
to have you.
excellent.
Yeah. So again, we meet on Fridays at Market Space, 9
9
o'clock
o'clock.
every Friday.
We
We're
do.
there.
We'll be there.
The group
I'll be
is
there.
continually growing because it's become a community, family, all of the above. And so we'd love to have you there. Thanks
Absolutely.
for tuning in.
And if you have a product or a business that you want to promote,
Showcase.
contact us.
Yep.
Let us know. Again, we're here for the community. We want to promote people here, so we'll do our part.
Instagram is
The Group
SD.
And we're on LinkedIn and YouTube. We have our podcast,
Yeah,
Part of the
podcast
Matter.
too. All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
That was
Thank
awesome.
you. All right.